Now when it comes to close range from 0 to 5 meters, I recommend always using hipfire at this range. Also, if auto sprint is turned on, I recommend switching it off. This will tighten up the bullet spread when spraying and increase the chance of landing those first few crucial bullets. But if you prefer to leave it on, you can crouch while hip firing to tighten up the bullet spread. Other than that though, you want to make sure that the majority of engagements are within 30 meters. While you still can engage beyond that and do a good amount of chip damage, there are weapons that medium and heavy possess which can do just as much or even more damage at this range. The only difference is the opposing classes have more health than you and can take more damage. So why not play to the class's strength and use one of the several options in Light's arsenal to close the gap. Speaking of Light's arsenal, this weapon's biggest strength is not only its forgiveness. Versatility is a huge factor when it comes to this weapon being top tier, allowing you to be extremely effective in almost every situation. So with that being said, the XP-54 is able to synergize with every specialization and gadget, allowing players to choose their loadout based on their team's needs rather than the weapons. However, I do have to admit there is one specialization and gadget that is extremely powerful with the XP-54 along with various other weapons, and is quite hard to pass up, especially if you are an aggressive player that frequently searches for opportunities to get picks on the opposing team. That is of course cloaking device. This specialization has a multitude of advantages and benefits, but the reason why I feel that it slightly enhances the XP-54 specifically is because it allows the player to ensure the first few bullets of the mag land by providing an ample amount of time to acquire and completely center the target before firing, minimizing the TTK, and if positioned properly, almost always guarantee an elimination, or at the very least leave your team with an easy cleanup. And as for gadgets, the Vanishing Bomb is just as effective for all the same reasons I just stated. If Cloaking Device is not your playstyle, at least have this gadget in your reserve to gain those advantages when using the specializations, Grapple Hook, or Dash. But to be honest, I use it most of the time to escape dicey situations. So in other words, pick your poison. Now that we know a little bit more about the XP-54, we are going to head to the training routine.